What's going on, summoners? Welcome back to another ProGuides video. I'm Kangas, and today I'm going to take you through our list of 10 underrated champions for patch 11.9. While some of these characters may seem familiar to a few of you, overall their play rate and viability tends to put into question when compared to other meta champions. That being said, they can be extremely powerful when played correctly, especially since the enemy won't be expecting much out of you. So starting us off strong, we got a pick that may throw a couple of you off. If you've been with us, you know that we've stated non-stop how powerful Anivia is in the mid lane with the new items and her electrocute build. The difference is, we're going to be talking about support Anivia instead. That's right, you know I can't be on a video without talking about an off-meta support. Now, while it may sound a bit troll at first, her kit offers a ton of valuable tools in the bot lane. From high base damage, hard CC, a literal anti-gank wall, wave clear, and a powerful zoning ultimate, she is able to do it all while not even breaking a sweat. It'll take some practice at first to truly get the hang of her in the support role, but once you learn her damage and range, she is extremely powerful as a support. Oh, and also, did we mention how tanky her egg makes her early on? So since you'll be playing her support, you're going to be starting the game with a Spell Thief's Edge and a Health Potions alongside Flash and Ignite. You can take Exhaust if you really need to, but honestly, Anivia's kit makes it really hard for anyone to get near you anyway. As for your runes, you want to take Electrocute, Cheap Shot, Eyeball Collection, Relentless Hunter, Presence of Mind, and Coup de Grace. One really cool thing about Anivia's support is that she has super high versatility when it comes to her mythics. You can choose Liandry's to help your team DPS and tank shred, Everfrost for extra burst and CC, or if you'd rather be a true support, you can even build Imperial Mandate or Shirelia's. The choice is really up to you. The rest of your items will consist of a Tear, Sork Shoes, Zonia's, Morellonomicon, and a Demonic Embrace. Oh, and if the game lasts long enough, you can upgrade your Tear into the Archangel Staff, but as a support, chances are you won't make it there. Up next, we got someone who's slowly been slipping into the meta for the past few patches. Varus has recently grown in popularity as not only an AP mid laner, but as a lethality carry as well. While both of these options are powerful in their own way, a lot of people seem to forget that regular old attack speed Varus still outdamages a lot of other AD carries. Alongside his high DPS potential, he has great CC and burst and rarely loses lane to anyone. While it may be hard at first, once you gain a grasp of your damage, you can easily carry lane due to how great your kit is. You can either CC chain the enemy, poke them out, and then engage, burst them, or a combination of all three. This constant threat of versatility can make or break a good Varus, as he's able to go versus nearly any AD carry head on. Now, due to being an immobile AD carry, Varus will obviously take Flash and heal as his summoner spells. If you're ever versus somebody like Ashe, Sejuani, or Leona, just bite the bullet and take Cleanse here. As for your runes, you want to go Lethal Tempo, Presence of Mind, Legend Bloodline, Coup de Grace, Magical Footwear, and Biscuit Delivery. These runes will not only empower your attack speed build, but they'll also make sure that you have the advantage against your laner by saving money on boots and being able to take more trades since you'll have the sustain from biscuits. Speaking of items, you'll be starting the game with a Health Potion and a Doran's Shield, and as for the rest of the items, you'll be grabbing a Kraken Slayer, Berserker's Greaves, Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge, Lord Dominic's Regards, and finish off your build with Mercurial Scimitar if you're versus hard CC, Guardian Angel for additional survivability, Mortal Reminder for anti-heal, or if you're really feeling it, we won't tell anyone that his Zoni has magically appeared in your inventory. Belly bumping his way onto our list, next up we got Gragas. This powerful jungler has slowly begun his transition into the support role as a beefy frontliner with high trading power in lane, as well as pretty high base damage. While he may not be a traditional tank support, he's able to offer a lot of utility and can easily break apart a bad fight or disengage whenever necessary due to his ult. Overall, he can be a ton of fun once you learn some of his combos and how to properly use your passive to stay healthy in lane. For your runes, you'll be taking Aftershock, Font of Life, Bone Plating, Unflinching, Biscuit Delivery, and Cosmic Insight. Oh yeah, and for your summoner spells, you'll actually take Flash and Ignite since you can probably pick a few kills during the laning phase. You'll be starting the game off with a Relic Shield in order to give you some early tankiness and free ability power. As for the rest of your items, you'll be looking to grab a Locket, Lucidity Boots, Zeke's Convergence, Knight's Vow, and finish off your build with either a Thorn Mail or a Zonia's. Now, before we introduce our next champion, let's cover our question of the day. What is your current favorite off-meta thing at the moment? This can be a champion, a build, anything. At the moment, I think it's nuts as some Ashe players are going Stridebreaker. I think it's really interesting and opens a lot of doors for future builds. But let me know your answer in the comments below, and let's dive into the next champ. Speaking of diving in, up next we of course have the Elastic Slingshot himself, Zac. While Zac may not be known for his power in the jungle at the moment, he slowly made his presence known in the top lane. Whether it's sustain, damage, engage, or just overall fun, a lot of people are choosing to play Zac in the top lane with fairly high success. Overall, his playstyle is pretty much the same. He just has a bit higher and consistent income while also not taking up a possible fighter role in the jungle. Since you'll be playing top lane, be sure to take Flash and Teleport as your summoner spells. Now as for your runes, you'll be taking Conqueror, Triumph, Legend Tenacity, Last Stand, Second Wind, and Revitalize. To start off the game, you'll be going a Doran's Shield and a Health Potion, and the rest of your items will be a Bramble Vest, Plated Steel Cap, Turbo Chem Tank, Finish the Thornmail, Spear of Visage, Rylai's, and then your choice of Force of Nature for extra MR, or Gargoyle Stone Plate if you feel like you just want to be overall tankier. And while we're on the topic of strange top laners, I gotta mention him 2 videos in a row. We got Lee Sin, who has slowly made his way into being a solo laner. I just think this is hilarious and I love it. While unlike Zac, he's still finding high success in the jungle. His ability to deal high amounts of damage with Bruiser builds makes him a powerful foe in and out of teamfights. Alongside this, since he's an early game jungler, it only makes sense that his early game is extremely powerful in lane 2. It'll take some getting used to, but many pros in regions like Europe and Korea have found tons of success with Lee Sin in these lanes. But since we're talking about top lane Lee Sin here, your summoner spells will be Flash and Teleport. As for your runes, you'll be taking Conqueror, Triumph, Legend Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Bone Plating, and Revitalize. These runes will add to your high dueling power and make it so that you heal a ton during extended fights. You'll be looking to start the game with a Doran's Blade nearly every single time, but if you really need the additional sustain, you can go for the Doran Shield instead. As for the rest of your items, you're building Gore Drinker, Plated Steel Caps, Sterix Gauge, Black Cleaver, Death Stance, and then finish off with a Thornmail for anti-heal, Spear of Visage for magic resist, or a GA for even more damage and playmaking potential. Next up, we got a Bruiser in the mid lane, Set. While Set mid isn't anything relatively new, he's an extremely powerful champion when you need high skirmish power, early pressure, and of course a frontliner. His ability to punish mid laners like Katarina in the early game and carry teamfights in the mid game make him a really difficult foe to deal with when put in the right hands. Overall, he's just someone that can easily be added to anyone's kit with a bit of practice so you can offer your team some early pressure. For your summoner spells, you'll be taking Flash and then your choice of Ignite or Teleport. Ignite works fantastic in situations where you can kill your laner or just need extra lane pressure. Teleport, though, is just a nice safety cushion to deal with mismanaged waves and add some roam potential. As for your runes, you'll want to take Conqueror, Triumph, Legend Tenacity, Last Stand, Second Wind, and Revitalize. You're starting the game with a Doran's Shield in most cases, but if you're versus a melee champion, actually go ahead and grab a Doran's Blade instead. The rest of your items, regardless, will be a Stride Breaker, your choice of defensive boots, Blade of the Rune King, Sterix, Deadman's, and then finish off with your choice of Thornmail for anti-heal and armor, or Force of Nature for some extra magic resist. Next up, we got a few champions for those of you who may want something a bit more laid back when it comes to mechanics. A lot of the ones that we've been covering so far are mechanically intensive champs, so if you're struggling to learn any of them, you can always go talk to a coach at ProGuides.com. They'll walk you through exactly what the champion does, how to play it inside and outside a laning phase, or if it's a jungler, what the best pathing is. So if you're interested, go check out the website. Otherwise, these next few champions will be a bit more chill. So up next, we got one of our few traditional picks on the list, Jarvan in the jungle. While you may not impress your friends with Jarvan's mechanical prowess, his ability to easily and healthily clear the jungle makes him a viable threat to many champions in the current meta. Alongside his high raw damage, he's able to trap enemy carries in his ultimate for a decent amount of time, which tends to result in them either missing the fight or dying to your team. Overall, Jarvan doesn't see too much play anymore, but that doesn't mean that you should ignore him. He's still an extremely good jungler, especially when put in the right hands. For your runes, you'll be taking Conqueror, Triumph, Legend Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Sudden Impact, and Relentless Hunter. You want to start off with Ember Knife or Red Smite as your first item in the game so that you have better dueling and tanking potential. As for the rest of your items, you'll be going Gore Drinker, defensive boots of your choice, Sterix, Guardian Angel, Gargoyles, and then your choice of Thornmail, Death Stance, or Force of Nature. Starting her way into our next spot, we've got Miss Fortune. While Miss Fortune may be known for a lot of different builds at the moment, a lot of players are still consistently finding the most success with her standard bread and butter crit build. MF shouldn't be underestimated in the current meta, as she has a powerful laning phase that can shut down hyper carries, as well as a great teamfight that can defeat the most powerful engaged carries through her Ian ultimate. Overall, she's a well-rounded AD carry at the moment that is fairly easy to play. For your summoners, you're taking Flash and Heal in most games. But since you're in a mobile carry, again, don't be afraid to take Cleanse here when you're versus champions like Ashe or Leona. As for runes, you'll want Press the Attack, Presence of Mind, Legend Bloodline, Coup de Grace, Taste of Blood, and Ravenous Hunter. Be sure to start the game with Doran's Blade so that you have as strong of a laning phase as possible. You don't want to sack her early power by having a Doran's Shield. The rest of your items will be Gale Force, Berserker's Greaves, Collector, or LDR, depending on if they have tanky enemies, Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster, and then finish off with Mercurial Scimitar to deal with hard CC, Mortal Reminder for anti-heal, or GA for some extra survivability. Up next, we got yet another jungler with a relatively basic kit, but high impact, Warwick. While Warwick may be relatively simple, it's actually what makes him such a great jungler. His ability to clear the jungle with ease makes him incredibly difficult to deal with, especially when champions can't match his clear or assassinate him. Whether your team needs a counter to Rengar or your autofill jungler, Warwick is a powerful champion that will never fail you. For runes, you'll be taking Press the Attack, Triumph, Legend Alacrity, Last Stand, Celerity, and Water Walking. As for your smite options, you'll be taking Red Smite for extra dueling potential. Don't forget, Warwick is incredibly good at 1v1 due to his attack speed, damage reduction, and just overall healing. And the rest of your items would be Tiamat for early clear, your choice of defensive boots, Divine Sunderer, finish Titanic Hydra, pick up a Thornmail, Asterix, and then finish your build with a Spear of Visage. And last but certainly not least, we got the queen herself, Ashe. Similar to Warwick, Ashe's relatively basic kit makes her a great choice for anyone looking to play AD carry. But the issue is, many underestimate her power just because she's easy to play. Ashe actually offers her team a ton of utility, while also having a strong laning phase that allows her to push up and deny the enemy's CS. Speaking of that utility, she can disengage fights with her W, start a fight with her ultimate, or sweep the entire enemy jungle with a single hawk shot. Overall, Ashe is a fantastic carry to play and one that many seem to overlook. For your summoner spells, you'll be taking Flash and Heal in most of your games, but if you really need it, feel free to take Exhaust to deal with champions like Olaf, Tristana, Hecarim, really anyone that wants to dive on you. As for your runes, you'll be taking Lethal Tempo, Presence of Mind, Legend Bloodline, Coup de Gras, Biscuit Delivery, and Approach Velocity. Be sure to start the game with a Doran's Blade so that you can use all of your early game power to its fullest. The rest of your items will be Kraken Slayer, Berserker's Greaves, Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge, Lord Dominic's Regards, and then finish off your build with Mortal Reminder for anti-heal, Borg for some extra kiting and tank shred, or just GA for survivability. And that'll sum up our video for the day. Thanks everybody so much for watching. Don't forget to join our ProGuides family at ProGuides.com or through the community Discord through the link in the description down below. We offer exclusive giveaways and classes that you won't catch anywhere else, so stay tuned. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We got way more content coming out that you won't want to miss. That's it for today, so best of luck on the Rift, everybody. Stay hydrated, and I'll see you next time.